A prime example of just how bad these courts are. When you bounce a ball, it should come right back up to you. But with these huge cracks in the courts, makes playing the game pretty hard. They'd have to blow into the device, and if they'd been drinking at all, they wouldn't be able to start their car. That's where this comes into play, a window breaking tool. Now, firefighters say don't panic if you don't have one of these. Plenty of other things will break the window, like a high heel. You can also use your elbow. As you can see from my lovely hairdo, still a little bit breezy out here. People don't realize how hot it is when firefighters are inside fighting the blaze. Pull a needle off of your tree, put it between your thumb and your forefinger, and then squeeze it. I'm down here at the exhibition hall where the clock is ticking away. Less than 2 hours to come down here and cast your ballot. The first annual Strut Your Mutt event kicked off this afternoon at the Great Falls Dog Park. With the weather warming up, visitors to Yellowstone can now drive up to some of their favorite park attractions. An early morning earthquake shook Seeley Lake in western Montana today. Rescuers are searching desperately in Haiti's capital tonight for survivors of yesterday's powerful earthquake. Matt Anderson spends his days here, cooking at the Great Falls Pre-Release Center, but not by choice. He's doing time for his 4th DUI.
I was at my house and I was drinking beer, and the next thing I know, I woke up in the hospital.
And the scary part, he doesn't even remember getting behind the wheel. We hear the horror stories all too often. Repeat offenders driving under the influence.
Drove on the wrong side of the roadway, except when
just about every day in Montana, somebody is seriously injured or killed due to drunk driving.
Just recently, a Great Falls man was charged with his 10th DUI in the state.
Here in Montana, if you're driving between 10 o'clock at night and 3 o'clock in the morning, chances are there's a vast percentage of those individuals that are driving with you are going to be under the influence of alcohol.
Right now, a DUI in Montana isn't a felony until your 4th offense. And for each felony DUI, the maximum punishment is just 13 months behind bars.
Not treating somebody with a DUI affliction as dangerous as we would a murderer or somebody committing rape, and obviously they can cause just as much damage.
And now lawmakers are taking notice. The 2009 Montana legislature has formed a committee to look into DUI laws and determine what changes need to be made. They're considering 3 options. The first would lower the number of DUI arrests that would result in a felony charge. The second option would be to install an ignition interlock device like this one into the car of every DUI offender. They'd have to blow into the device, and if they'd been drinking at all, they wouldn't be able to start their car. And the third, you don't blow into a breathalyzer when you are stopped. You are automatically pleading guilty to driving under the influence.
Pay now or pay later. And if we can put some money into prevention, then it's going to pay off probably tenfold.
If the consequence is minimal, the risk is worth that consequence if you should get caught.
Straight, go!
We started out, it was going to be 6 weeks long.
Outside block, go!
And then it was going to be 3 months long. It's now 5 years and we go year round.
When Eagle Mount first proposed a karate class for people with disabilities 5 years ago, it was an idea that made some parents a little uneasy.
I think at first when we told them that we were going to try a karate class, they kind of raised their eyebrow.
But after seeing a boost in self-confidence and concentration in the students, the program started to see a strong following, one that has lasted over the years. Stephanie Rowley has been attending these classes for more than 4 years now.
I like my karate class because they're my friends and they're my peers. So I like to stick up for them and help them out.
Like most students, it helps her address the growing problem of bullying.
Remember those fighting stances. Hands up.
The goal is not to teach these students to fight back. Instead, it's giving them the confidence to stand up to their potential bullies.
I like to learn to teach my two nieces and nephews defend themselves and be safe and do it wisely.
Karate helps you to be more confident. If you're being bullied at school and then you show that bully that you are better than him.
Don Johnson has been with the program since day one. He says he can't believe how far these students have come.
I feel like sometimes I'm the one that has the handicap, because when I first brought out nunchucks, which is a weapon, and had these people doing jumping jacks, had the parents going, like this year, they couldn't believe these students could be doing some of these things.
He says the feeling of making a difference keeps him coming back every year.
Spread out, spread out, spread out. I've been in martial arts over 40 years, and by far this is the most exciting class I've ever been involved in. Good class, you're dismissed. Good job, Eagle Mount.
Welcome to Camp Make a Dream. Just west of Helena, far away from the hustle and bustle of everyday life, is a unique camp in the small town of Gold Creek. But this isn't your average summer camp.
It's a magical place, and there are no strangers here.
Kay Borns was diagnosed with ovarian cancer 10 years ago. She's a survivor and attributes that to Camp Make a Dream.
We are treated like queens here. They make it such a special place. There's laughter, and many of these women are in treatment. They continue to be in treatment. Some of them have passed away a couple of weeks after camp, but yet they're here to laugh.
It's a support system for those who share a similar life-changing experience, something many women can't find back at home.
One time I was speaking to one of the women at camp, and she told me, she said, when I came here, I thought I came here to learn how to die. And she said, but I didn't. I learned how to live.
Camp Make a Dream was started 18 years ago after a couple donated their Montana ranch to build a camp for children and adults with cancer. Today, women with ovarian cancer are enjoying the camp free of charge and learning how to deal with the unexpected side effects of chemotherapy.
The exchange of information and of stories is unbelievable and priceless.